Welcome again to a report from the Guatemalan Foundation, this time focusing on the rugged mountains of Santa Cruz Verapaz, where we have been helping the Maya Pocumchi Indians since 1968 in partnership with one great guy, retired Professor Federico Velez, who is a complete volunteer, giving of his time and using his own vehicle and paying for his own transportation and paying the phone bill himself. And now he's finally got a computer and he takes care of that too. Doesn't charge the foundation anything. We'll begin this report showing just a couple of views of the project that we had for New Year's since we were not able to do it at Christmas time. That was helping the neediest of the needy in Santa Cruz Verapaz. And so here you see just a few examples of doing that. Then came January and the beginning of the school year, and you see here Federico's wife, Doña Matilde, helping some of the first students that came in to get their school supplies for the year so they could get study and not get too far behind. And then of course we focused on the Valparaiso school, which those of you who are familiar with the foundation should know the history. We first dealt there with one of our projects from last year, which was the Julian Memorial project, which was building a preschool classroom in honor of my daughter Julie, who suddenly passed away in February of last year. And so we built this classroom in her honor because she was the first teacher when she was only 10 years old, beginning with 6 little barefoot Indian children. Was inaugurated last year, and it was last year for these little children that you see here, which was the first class, the youth room, and we started this year by helping them with their school supplies. So we also have provided a bookcase, and they need other furniture. They need a desk for the teacher and a chair for the teacher, and other things, including electricity installed in the whole school. And so we really need some serious money to be able to help them have electricity at the school, which now has over 480 students, and they all received school supplies. Then Federico, with some of his helpers, headed out into the hills, crossing a river on a suspension bridge, which we helped the villagers build a few years ago, and going to first it was the Chicoyo school, and then you see here a number of other schools that we helped this year. Not near as many as we did last year. Last year we provided school materials for over 6,000 rural students. This year it was the Valparaiso school, Chicoyo, the Show, I can't pronounce some of these names very well, the Santa Elena School, the Chicoital School, and in Panaja. And so these were the schools. Now we weren't able to provide all the schools in the area with materials like we have done in the past years because we just didn't have the funds. Sad to say, we've got schools, other schools that didn't get our help this year, but who heard that a few did, coming in and protesting just a little bit. And so we have provided a little bit more money just today, which is the 18th of March, to help a few other of the schools and some of the more needy students with their school supplies. And so this is always a big effort we make at the beginning of each school year, which is in January in Guatemala. Then we come to, we remind you of a project we had last December. Lorenzo Caal, you see here with Federico in the background, his home burned down, and we helped rebuild it. And you see he in the background here with his whole family, which includes, I think, a grandma and I'm not sure who all, but it's a big family, and we helped them rebuild a simple home. But it's sad to say, in apparently an act of getting even or vengeance, we're not sure of the circumstances, but recently he was killed, attacked by delinquents with machetes, so his wife is a widow, and we do feel now that we're really complying with true religion as described, I think it was by James in the Bible, that to help the widows and the orphan children. And so we helped this family with the burial and the funeral of Santiago, and we will undoubtedly have need of helping this poor widow now as she tries to find a way to go forward without her husband. So that's about it for this time. It's a short report, but we hope and pray that you'll be able to help us help these beautiful children and other needy that have in this area, which the Pocumtusi area, I might mention, is considered the poorest group of Indians in the entire country, and so there are emergency needs from time to time. But we would appreciate your help. You can donate online at www.guatemalanfoundation.org, or you can send your donations to the Guatemalan Foundation, Post Office Box 50, Springville, Utah 84663. So please keep us in mind and help us persist. We'd like to be able to make it to the 50-year mark. We're right now, I think, in our 44th year since the foundation was organized, and in our 47th year, something like that, since we actually started working down there in Guatemala. So please keep us in mind, keep these people in mind. They will appreciate it, as will those of us in the foundation, who are all, like Federico, volunteers doing this work in our spare time. So please keep us in mind. Thanks a lot.